In 1977, as the disco balls glittered and the bass lines thumped across dance floors worldwide, a distinctive voice soared above it all. A voice that defined an era. That voice was Robin Gibb of the Bee Gees. But while millions danced to their music, few understood the profound impact Robin Gibb had on crafting the Bee Gees' iconic sound. From humble beginnings on the Isle of Man to becoming one of the greatest voices in music history, Robin's story was one of extraordinary triumphs, deep struggles, and undeniable resilience. Today, we take a journey through the life and career of Robin Gibb, a man who not only helped shape pop and disco music, but also became an inspiration to countless artists and fans around the world. Robin Hugh Gibb was born on December 22, 1949, in the Isle of Man. Interestingly, Robin's birth came just 35 minutes before his twin brother Maurice, marking the start of a lifelong bond that would define both their personal and professional lives. Growing up in a modest home, the Gibb family was far from wealthy, but they were rich in creativity. Robin's earliest memories were filled with the harmonious sounds of his family singing together. These were not just casual sing-alongs, they were the foundation of what would eventually become one of the most successful musical legacies in history. The Gibb family, including older brother Barry, were already a musical unit by the time the boys were children. While other kids were busy playing with toys, the Gibb brothers were crafting melodies, learning instruments, and perfecting their harmonies. From the very start, Robin's voice stood out. His powerful, tremulous tenor had an emotional weight that seemed far beyond his years, setting him apart from other vocalists in his family. In 1958, the Gibb family made a bold decision that would change the course of their lives. Seeking better opportunities, they moved to Manchester, England. But it was their eventual migration to Australia that truly set the stage for their musical destiny. Settling in the sun-drenched suburbs of Brisbane, the teenage Gibbs began performing anywhere they could: small clubs, local television shows, and talent contests. At just 12 years old, Robin was already showing signs of his distinctive vibrato, which would later become his trademark. The brothers initially performed under various names, but it was the iconic name The Bee Gees that stuck. The name derived from either Brothers Gibb or a playful nickname given to them by a local DJ, Bill Gates, was about to make music history. Their first major gig was at the Redcliffe Speedway, where they performed between races to earn pocket money. It was here that they caught the attention of radio DJ Bill Good and race announcer Bill Gates, who were impressed by the brothers' natural harmony and stage presence. Robin's role in the early Bee Gees was crucial. While Barry often took the lead vocals, it was Robin's distinctive voice that added depth and emotional complexity to the group's sound. Their breakthrough came when the young entrepreneur Robert Stigwood discovered their demo tape and immediately signed them. In 1967, the Bee Gees released their first international hit, New York Mining Disaster 1941, with Robin's haunting lead vocals. This marked the beginning of their rise to fame. Robin's voice was often compared to the Beatles' sound, with his emotional delivery adding sophistication to their tracks. Following New York Mining Disaster, they released Massachusetts and I Started a Joke, both of which showcase Robin's vocal prowess and the group's ability to create songs with deep emotional resonance. As the Bee Gees continued to grow in popularity, Robin's individual identity began to take shape. While Barry's falsetto would eventually define the group's disco-era sound, it was Robin's vibrato that gave the Bee Gees' early hits their distinctive character. He became a key songwriter, contributing emotionally resonant lyrics that went beyond the usual pop formulas. In 1969, frustrated by the constraints within the group, Robin briefly launched a solo career with the release of Saved by the Bell, which reached number 2 on the UK charts. His solo album, Robin's Reign, showed a more artistic, introspective side, but the pull of family and music ultimately brought Robin back to the Bee Gees. By 1975, the Bee Gees were searching for a new direction. The disco era was just beginning to take off, and the group needed to adapt. Their breakthrough into the dance-oriented sound came with Jive Talkin', which marked a dramatic shift for the group. But it was their contribution to the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack in 1977 that cemented their place in music history. Saturday Night Fever became a cultural phenomenon, selling over 40 million copies worldwide and earning the Bee Gees multiple Grammy Awards. Robin's emotional voice was pivotal on tracks like How Deep Is Your Love and More Than a Woman. His distinctive vibrato added sophistication to the disco beats, helping the Bee Gees transcend the genre and become one of the most influential acts of the era. This period marked their peak years with 6 consecutive #1 singles, multiple Grammy wins, and record-breaking album sales. The Bee Gees weren't just part of the disco movement, they were helping to define it. Robin's perfectionism in the studio and his acute understanding of song structure, played a major role in creating their most enduring hits. But success came at a cost. The demands of constant touring, recording, and public appearances took a toll on the brothers' relationships, and Robin, always the most sensitive of the three, felt the pressures deeply. His struggles extended beyond the stage. Robin's first marriage to Molly Hullis, a secretary at Robert Stigwood's organization, lasted from 1968 until their divorce in 1980. The pressures of fame and the constant time apart eventually took its toll on their relationship. Robin's personal battles included an ongoing struggle with addiction during the late 1960s, which Maurice helped him through. In return, Robin supported Maurice during his battle with alcohol dependency. In the early 1980s, the disco backlash hit hard. Radio stations began banning Bee Gees' music, and album sales declined. Robin responded by diving deeper into his solo work, releasing How Old Are You in 1983, which produced the hit single, Boys Do Fall in Love. During this time, Robin found personal happiness with his second wife, Dweena Murphy, whom he married in 1985. Their shared interests in history and the arts brought stability to his life, yet personal demons continued to surface. The 1990s marked a period of reinvention for both the Bee Gees and Robin. In 1997, the Bee Gees were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, finally receiving the recognition they deserved as master songwriters. No longer dismissed as just a disco act, the Bee Gees' contributions were finally appreciated as part of a broader musical legacy. Robin embraced this renaissance, diving into new projects that showcased his versatility. He also became a passionate advocate for environmental causes, using his platform to raise awareness about climate change. Robin worked on various cultural and humanitarian projects, including serving as president of the International Federation of Festival Organizations. Robin also collaborated with his son, Robin John, on a classical music project called Titanic Requiem, which merged classical elements with contemporary music, further showing his creative spirit. Despite health challenges, Robin continued working on new music, maintaining the disciplined work ethic that had defined his career from the start. In 2003, Robin's world was rocked by the death of his twin brother Maurice. The bond between Robin and Maurice had been unbreakable. The two shared a telepathic connection, often finishing each other's sentences and instinctively harmonizing without rehearsal. Maurice's passing left a massive hole in Robin's life, and Robin declared that the Bee Gees should retire, saying, "The Bee Gees to us was the three brothers." Even through the deep grief of losing Maurice, Robin continued to create music. In 2006, he released My Favorite Christmas Carols, and his collaboration with his son on Titanic Requiem kept him creatively engaged. But as the years went on, Robin faced even more personal challenges. In 2010, Robin underwent emergency surgery for a blocked intestine, a condition that had also claimed Maurice's life. In 2011, he was diagnosed with liver and colon cancer. Yet even as his health deteriorated, Robin maintained remarkable dignity, continuing to make public appearances whenever he was able. Robin passed away on May 20th, 2012, leaving behind a legacy that continues to resonate through music and beyond. Despite his personal struggles, his passion for music never waned, and he worked until the very end, surrounded by his family and the music he loved. Robin Gibb's legacy is immeasurable. The Bee Gees songs have been covered by over 2,000 artists worldwide, with their music influencing generations of singers. Robin's distinctive vibrato and emotional delivery continue to inspire musicians across genres, from hip-hop to rock. The Bee Gees sold over 200 million records and won 8 Grammy Awards, but Robin's impact goes beyond the numbers. His songwriting sophistication elevated pop music, introducing complex harmonies that changed the genre forever. His work as a humanitarian, advocating for green energy and music education, rounds out a legacy that transcends musical boundaries. From a humble home in the Isle of Man to global influence, Robin Gibb's artistic journey remains a testament to resilience, passion, and the power of music. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey through the life of Robin Gibb. If you enjoyed learning about this music legend, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future stories about the artists who shape our musical landscape.